After dominating the 12-game over 500 Kings by 36, Dallas has now won 9 of their last 10 games, a span that includes wins over Miami, Golden State, Denver, and now Sacktown. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving combined to score or assist on 88 Maverick points, while the streaky 11-year NBA veteran out of Michigan, Tim Hardaway Jr.'s 22, more than doubled any other bench scorer's output between either Sacramento or Dallas. The humbleness of Luka to call 2016 NBA champion Kyrie Irving this team's 1A would even show itself post-game.
He's a bad man, I'm the rubbish. He's just a great person, and we all get along so well, so it's just, the chemistry's really good right now.
Therefore, the Dallas Mavericks vibes are insane, as credit Jason Kidd for getting the chemistry right with his elite backcourt. Before breaking down everything you need to know and more, just 12.1% of you are subscribed, so please subscribe if you haven't already, as doing that plus leaving a thumbs up means everything to the growth of my channel. Thank you the world, as I couldn't produce these videos without your support. It's crazy to think this Doncic-Irving tandem couldn't even make the playoffs following Kyrie's mid-season relocation to the Big D in 22-23. From Kyrie's all-time great buzzer beater with his offhand in the face of reigning Finals MVP Nikola Jokic, to the acquisitions of Gafford and Washington, making the Mavericks night and day better, to Luka Doncic elevating into the NBA's leading scorer by far, which has included dropping a 73-piece. So much has happened since last year's disappointment for Dallas. Now this squad's resembling a legitimate title contender in what's a wide-open race in terms of the current favorite to win the Larry O'B. In a couple Doncic videos throughout this season and many throughout my channel's history, we've broken down Luka's game in the film room with how dominant the Slovenian is. More film room breakdowns on Luka are bound to happen in the future. But sometimes we forget the Mavericks' second scoring option is the most skilled offensive player of all time, whose flashy repertoire I couldn't help but assess specifically in today's video. When people call Kyrie the most skilled player ever, it's due to how fine-tuned the man's handle off the bounce and footwork are, combined with how Irving can all of pass the ball, shoot the ball, and finish around the basket with either hand, all at a caliber that puts him in a class of his own. Kyrie's fundamentals provide historically entertaining flashiness. In semi-transition off a swing from Exum, watch the extremely subtle jab step directly on the catch to get Keon Ellis leaning in the other direction. Irving then careens through both Murray and Sabonis while going to his offhand, and note the extension and body angle from Kyrie to keep it away from Keegan on this floater, soft touch and sound mechanics that any player can take notes on. This flared DHO sees Kyrie skirt past Mitchell with 99 overall speed and draw a Sabonis rotation. With Sabonis out of the equation in terms of defending anyone else, Irving's well aware that Lively II's vertical is the best among the remaining defenders. Irving floats a high arcing entry, allowing Lively to outjump Murray to receive it before he finishes around both Murray and Ellis. A Mavs clear out for a Kyrie ISO, where Uncle Drew takes the young blood and Ellis to school, features a silkily finesse-infused moving jab momentum cross into a step back, which manufactures more than enough leeway for this deep-range bomb. Receiving a weak side handoff from Gafford, Kyrie gets Sabonis switched onto him, puts his head down with a full head of steam to fake drive and get Sabonis out of position, before quickly hitting the brakes and flowing into a jumper that's about as collected as you'll see in terms of shots off the dribble. As the camera angle changes, you're going to see Kyrie fly past Ellis off the dribble and float it over 2 defenders with just enough backspin, getting him the friendly roll. Pick and pop with PJ Washington gets him a pull-up triple in Sabonis' face. Again using an on-ball screen from Washington, watch how Kyrie skirts past 3 King defenders, splits the double, before rising up for the casual two-handed flush. Screen and roll with another deadline acquisition in Gafford, sees him collapse the Fox pressure and kick it out to the open Jones Jr. Off a kick out from Gafford, watch the mechanics and poise from Kyrie to elusively jab right, jab forward, and knock it home with a hand in his grill. On this Irving overhead entry, Gafford's finish over Sabonis right here was impressive as he goes right through him with force and banks it home with finesse. With Kyrie getting held up by Barnes, he nonetheless draws the attention of Fox, which is enough when you have the game's top scorer next to you. Kai's 99 speed was further showcased right here, where multiple push-ahead dribbles followed by a left-handed in-and-out move get him past the entire Kings team for a coast-to-coast ambidextrous finish. Obviously, Kyrie is this team's second scoring option, but he's been the most efficient high-volume Maverick weapon all season. While he's averaging 8.6 less points per game than Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving is more efficient from both the field and from deep range than Luka. Since Irving returned from a right thumb injury on February 5th, the Dallas Mavericks have posted 17 W's to just 6 L's, consisting of them putting up the NBA's third best net rating, the third best offensive rating, and the sixth best defensive rating over that span. Kyrie's production is making Mavericks GM Nico Harrison look like a genius for acquiring Irving at last year's deadline in exchange for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, and several future draft picks many years down the line. Directly after acquiring Kyrie in a deal that also involved Dallas receiving Markieff Morris, Nico would say regarding the 2029 first and second round picks plus 2 second round picks in 2027 that he gave up, quote, "I don't see any risk involved. I've known Kyrie for a long time. I know what kind of person he is. Anybody who's ever watched him play basketball knows what kind of basketball player that he is. I don't see the risk involved. I actually see the risk in not doing it," end quote. Nico's take is aging like fine wine, as the scoring balance that Irving's learned to share with Doncic has made the Luka-Kyrie 1-2 punch so dangerous of a shot-creating tandem that I'm here right now making the bold prediction that Dallas will win at least a round or two in the playoffs. Regarding the Big D's most recent dub, some final yet noteworthy storylines I quickly wanted to mention were that the Mavericks improved to 24-12 when Tim Hardaway Jr. scores at least 15 points. Dallas needs Hardaway Jr. to stay consistent, so that's something I'm going to watch for in the upcoming Mavs games. A stat that's incredibly telling is how the Mavericks improved to 11-0 when both recently acquired Daniel Gafford and Luka Doncic are both in the starting lineup. Having said that, let's go back to a juicy topic for today's shoutout question. Where does this Irving-Doncic duo rank among NBA tandems in your opinion? Best answer gets next video's comment or shoutout, while competing to be one of 5 in position to win either a free jersey or shoe of their choosing. Today's comment or shoutout goes to D. Pitzel, who says, "Sometimes when I'm watching the Warriors play, even when they're up, there's this aura of defeat, an unsustainable game plan destined to falter. They'll be winning but look defeated, if that makes sense. I think it comes from a few things: too much faith in the old formula that gave them success, but also a lack of team excitement and positive energy in what they're attempting to execute. The comfort from their previous success seems to have stalled their determination, especially on the defensive end. At times, it looks like giving that extra effort on defense that makes the difference is just a nuisance to some players. The team has the talent, they just don't seem to have that motivated togetherness a team needs.